Alright, YouTube, fellas, hear me out. I'm gonna talk about why Trunks is one of the worst characters in this game. Some would consider the worst character in the game, and you're probably thinking, no, you're crazy, what do you think by that? Trunks is sick. No, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. Trunks doesn't excel at anything. There's nothing that he is good at in this game that other characters can't do better. Don't get me wrong, I think Trunks is a sick character, and they did him super dirty by not giving him anything, and that'll hopefully change this patch. Alright, looking forward to this vid being outdated when the next patch drops. Dude, yeah, I hope. Alright, first and foremost, let's talk about some of the things Trunks used to have that they took away from him, right? So, back in the day, back in my day, sonny, Trunks could beat Reflect, right? With his auto combo. Wrong direction, whoops. Easily, right? Without getting stuffed from it. But now you could just like back off, stuff him, right? Things like that. Before, his auto combo was way better, right? And it went further back in the day. But now he whiffs, right? So there's a lot of times where your opponent will reflect and then you'll just die. You know, while there's other characters in this game where their auto combos beat reflect, right? It's crazy. It's insane. It's not fair, if you will. All right. So they took that away from him. They also nerfed how Change the Future worked, right? His assist, anyway. His assist used to have more hit stun, if I remember correctly. But then they're like, oh, sorry, yeah, hit stun. But then they're like, but what if it didn't? Well, they took that away from him. So they two powerful things, right, that they took away from him. Old Trunks was sick, right? They gave him a pointless buff, right? The buffs they gave him were dumb. This is one of the buffs they gave him. They made this easier to do when this wasn't that hard to do. So instead of actually giving him a proper buff when they were buffing him, buffing, used very loosely, very loose term, they made this combo easier, right? It's not what he needed. I'll give you an example of what he needed. They could have made Flip frame 1 air invulnerable, right? They could have gave him an escape option, you know. They could have made his level 3 Flip mix easier, right? Because other characters have mix at their knockdown. Even now, even though they've done their hardest to get rid of it, instead of making it like super hard where you gotta, you know, instantly jump and then do it, and then you gotta like tap up and then down. He's got the hardest level 3 mix since the beginning of time. And even then, he doesn't get that much off of it because of meter penalty. His standing medium is one of the worst buttons in the entire game, right? They buffed his 2M, sure, that's cool and all, but even if you land it right, you have to commit to your options, right? Which he doesn't have the strongest block string options to begin with. And the strongest option he has is from auto combo, right? The whole auto combo teleport to, you know, you got the guess or whatever. This is probably the best thing he has, and he needs an assist to back him up. You know, whoops. Oh my god. I'm beefing. But he has no 2L, so you have to do a left-right mix. It's another thing, right? He doesn't have a low-hitting button. Okay, so he's already lacking a lot of tools and options that other characters have, right? Can't beat Reflect consistently. His buttons are pretty bad, except for his crouching medium, right? Jab sucks. A hit of auto combo sucks, right? This is only good because it gives you the mix-up, right? And in Spark, you know, you could stay in front, right? But you can do option selects that beat this anyway, so it's not really all that great. There's too many options against Trunks. Or you have other characters like Z Brawly, right? Command grab setups. You have Gogetas, the Gogetas that have built-in 50-50s, left-right mix-ups, shit like that, you know. Vegetos, neutrals, fucking insane, right? The other thing is, a lot of his moves are next to impossible to hit confirm. Reacting to confirm this, next to impossible. This is so hard to get the smash from the vanish, right? You're not hit confirming this. There's just no way. Ugh, it's hard. It's impossible. Same thing with Change the Future, right? Like, you can't even see it hitting sometimes. That one worked out for me because I got the smash. But if you don't get the smash, you just gotta guess at this point. If I remember correctly, I think you can Yeah. So you're gonna explode if your opponent has proper options against this, right? You can't hit confirm this, whereas other characters, like 18 for example, right? Multiple key blasts, easy, boom, boom, you know, whatever. But the fact that she has multi-key blasts, right? Not having a multi-key blast in this game is terrible, right? It makes it way harder to get the full screen conversions, you know, until you get hit and then you level 3 your opponent, you know, and go for the mix. Trunks doesn't have that option. He's not privileged, right? He has this, and it's next to impossible to hit confirm. He does need buffs. That's why I'm making the argument that he needs. There is no argument. It's just the fact that he needs buffs. On top of that, he doesn't have any real good conversions, right? Like, if he lands with 2H, you can do this, sure, right? But that's whatever, you know? Like, if you want to get some damage, you gotta do this. You know, it's very expensive, and he can't even level 3 mid-screen, right? Without spending even more bar. If you want to level 3 mid-screen, you gotta do this. You gotta do this, right? It's half a bar, and plus another 3 bars, just to get a mid-screen level 3. That you're probably gonna mess up the 50-50 anyway, right? So that costs you 4 bars. Where some characters get for 3. You lose meter gain, right? You lose positioning, you lose the corner, things like that. Stupid. Whereas, you know, other characters that have better kits, right? Like GT Goku, he can do this. You know, boom, knock you down. And he can still retain his smash, right? Still retains the knockdown, the smash. You could do J2H instead. He could level 3 right there instead. Gets way more damage, you know. Even Yamcha. Can he do this mid-screen? Even Yamcha. Nah. Crazy. That's absurd to me. I need a hit of coffee after that. He's trying to live a lavish lifestyle that he can't afford. That's basically the character, right? He's living check to check, trying to impress people that he doesn't like with things he can't afford. These are all the things Trunks can't do, right, in comparison to the other characters. And it's very important to have a comparison, why? Because, like, why would you pick X character if you can pick Y character, competitively speaking? If you're playing him for fun, whatever, do what you want, right? But that doesn't change the fact that he needs to be better. He needs more, okay? The next thing that is hilarious to me is his level 2 is jokes. This does no damage at all. In fact, his level 2, fun fact, his level 2 does more damage if you whiff burning attack. If you whiff burning attack and go to level 2, you do more damage. It's crazy that that's a thing to me. Okay, so recap, bad buttons, right? Except 2M. 2M's like his best button, right? I think we can all agree on that. Bad key blast, right? Change the future. Even though you'll get the hit, you're not going to confirm it. You just have to guess. You have to let Jesus take the wheel. And if you guessed wrong, let me show you what your opponent can do to you. Is she fast enough? Yeah, okay. That's what can happen, right? If your opponent is ready and you guess wrong. Now you got to hold the mix up. Now you explode, but fair, right? Oh, but you can hold this. Nah, that don't matter, bro. This is terrible. Holding change the future is awful. That's why you don't see Trunks players do it. If you could, like, cancel this into a jab or something, or, like, cancel it into shining slash earlier, or, like, a crouching medium for mix, then it'd be great. But the fact that you can't cancel this into anything, awful. There's virtually no point to use this. Oh, let me do my string. Oh, and then they opt to select mash the button. That's crazy, and I got hit. And typically there's a use for every tool in your arsenal as a character, but I don't really see a tool or an option for this. You don't get anything. At a high level, your opponent is gonna option select mash on you to where they'll block change the future, but they'll hit you out of this or the next button you're trying to get to come out. So yeah, in a nutshell, Trunks is very lacking in a lot of areas, and these are the reasons why I think he's not a very good character. Now let's talk about what they could give him. I already mentioned, you know, they could do, you know, frame 1 air invul, right? You know, he gets out. It's not a hitbox, right? Like light DPs or something like that. It's more of a movement tool to get out. Okay. Make change the future easier to confirm. You know, give it like a few more frames. Because you're not reacting to this. You're guessing. And if you guess wrong and your opponent's ready, you're exploding. Does he have any tools? Just movement, but like there's other characters that have movement that's also a hitbox, right? Like GT, for example, you know, Vegito with EX legs, Vegito 4 with lariat, right? Things like that, you know, which is better than flipping with no hitbox tied behind it. Yeah, give this. Let Trunks cancel this into another one. Let him go like this or something, or give him more time to confirm this, you know, or like. Give it a wall bounce to where it combos off of beam. Because if you do this into this, right, then the beam hits, you're like, oh, confirmed. Or can you super dash this? Yeah. It'll give him a better option, something to use full screen, you know? But right now he doesn't have that. His full screen presence is very lacking. But change the future. Again, you know, you're throwing this out hoping it's going to work. I don't care if it's Ki Blast and vulnerable. At the end of the day, it's still not that great. Because your opponent is going to know not to throw Ki Blast when you're on the ground. Right? Or they're going to do it very sparingly. You know? They're going to throw one, back up, one, back up. Things like that, right? Maybe give the assist more hit stun too, because this is pathetic. Trash. Trash, dude. Like, yeah, he has Masenko, but beam assists are okay now. Make it like 25 or something, please. In a world where we have GTA, Vegito A, make it 25 at least. Buff is level 2. Oh my god. Make the second half do like 100 more damage, and it's actually a good level 2 now. No, I don't care that these are Ki Blast and vulnerable. And it takes like 10-15 frames for it to be Ki Blast and vulnerable, right? Bring back his old auto combo. Make him travel further, just like he used to. Because again, you know, his buttons are not very. Look how pathetic this is. When you look at like Gogeta, Vegito, even Bardock has a better 5M, dude. Z-Broly, Kefla. So many. 18, dude. It's 9 frames. 9 frames. Nah. Yeah, if you're not going to be competing in tournaments or taking the game at a super serious high level, then you don't really got to worry too much. I mean, yeah, sure, you know, you still want buzz for your character, right? For sure, you still want buzz for them. It's no fun playing a character who's really bad at the game and is not playing. Right now, Trunks is not playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. He's playing something else. I don't know what it is. You can tell me. But ultimately, the boy Trunks really needs help. And I hope Bandai and ArcSys are like, we're going to give him the help he needs. If there's anything I missed, anything you want to see, please let me know in the comments. If there's any other character you want me to talk about that's lacking, let me know. Because there's a few, right? The balance has gotten better. But characters like Trunks and Yamcha could use some help, you know. There's other characters that aren't as good, right? Like, Frieza's gotten okay. Frieza is a resounding okay, just to give it an example of a character that they've buffed. And they actually gave him a decent buff, you know, slow ball, things like that. Do hit don't need help, dude. Oh man, that character's cracked. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.